this podcast is based on like various topics. I would just give you input on it. You know, based on how we see it, a kind of a Jamaican informed point of view on various world topics that meet our interests. Right?
So this week or yeah, this week during the past week, all that stuff relating to Black Lives Matter
Yeah.
spiked up, since the whole Breonna Taylor indictment of I think it's just one police. The other two they let off, and just a whole lot of issues with Black people this week, and then you have the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion situation, all of that just spark up a lot of debates online, and it's quite crazy. So what do you want to talk about first? We're going to start with the Black Lives Matter thing. Just walk on the last couple of months with this whole thing, because it's like it just reached a, I don't know, it like it. I mean, I think it ever reached this point during my lifetime. Like reach a point where it is so loud now, like all across the world, people are start to notice what people are trying to say. You get me I say?
So I think that it's like in recent years, the media has taken a special interest in black people and black people's pain, right? Because like black people have been getting shut down like for years, like since slavery, and if I do your research, way before slavery. So I don't know what is the reason for the recent media coverage, right? We cannot speculate, but since I think 2014, 15, 16, like specifically news media, like them start cover like every time a cop kills an innocent black person, they make it into this huge media storm, and um, they make it seem as if the cops are just going around and shooting black people like just randomly. And despite I personally understand the racial tension in America and this Western world in general, because even here in Jamaica,
Mhm.
we don't really have racism, right? We have classism,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
And
And it's ironic that most of the people that are in the upper class in Jamaica are of the lighter shades.
yeah, yeah. Me, I gotta say, I personally don't think it's as predominant now as it was, but colorism is a thing that it really used to be very impactful upon how people used to view each other. Yeah, back in the days, I mean, I really think it's prevalent now, but me know say maybe 60 years ago, lighter skinned people used to have maybe an upper edge in a society compared to
Yeah,
dark,
even in banks, they would hire
yeah,
the lighter
yeah,
skin
especially banks
people
and
to
stuff.
appeal to the public,
Hmm.
just to show where the mind of the public was at that time.
Yeah, and you they have schools where like them school them make for lighter skin students, yeah.
Yeah.
And if a darker skin student come out of the school, then they view them a certain way and then get the lesser treatment compared to the lighter skin students.
That is clearly like an effect of slavery, because if I do your research, like a lot of the families that were slave owners, they still possess a lot of money and businesses in the Caribbean, right? So yeah, it's just the residual effects of slavery. And previously, I think you said like it's not as apparent since slavery, the dismissal of inherently black features or even black culture. If you analyze it, it's still active because even bleaching and all them thing there. People turn it in a fashion like statement, no. But at the crux of it, people bleach to get lighter because lighter skin is fashionable. Now, where did the idea of being lighter is more acceptable come from?
Talk about from them days when people
Yeah.
used to feel say, oh, being black is ugly, whatever, and it. Yeah, from them days later come. But you know, it's just a mental slavery I hold it down still. You know, the idea say, oh, like the effects of colonization from them time is still implanted in our mind. It's a pass on from generation to generation to generation. Because every new generation that come, I think technically the same way and how the same corrupted thoughts as to say, all right, these type of people act a certain way, you know, when in reality they probably do not, you know. And it's just crazy. And yeah, really and truly, that happen now with the whole racism thing now, cause like you view America is just they me I go still call it the effects of colonization because them they come in and the white people are passed down for them corrupted ideas of black people throughout generations and now in 2020 when you would expect what couple hundred years after slavery abolition or something you would expect all right some level of equality and common sense about it you know everybody and it's like it's still not present you know so, like to me it hard to believe that people still out there view black people a certain way and like in regards to what happened in America with the whole police shootings and stuff, like I don't know if that's a racism thing or if it's just a police training thing. You got me? So what do you think? Like you think the whole thing with police that shoot innocent black people is a matter of racism or is a matter of how the police in America are trained? You think it's a certain way they train when they act so?
I think definitely it's both a racism and a police problem because, like, yo, when I met it, despite what people try to argue, right? Because of the conditions that black people live in America and in this Western world, they tend to delve into the lesser cultures or the countercultures like drugs, violence, and crime. So when there are predominantly black neighborhoods, like most of the time in America, like from research and all this, you can see that there tends to be gang culture. For the record, I'm not saying that all black communities possess drug dealers and all these things.
No, no.
But the majority of these communities, like some places in New York and all these places, right? Where there's a large African American community, right? They always, I see the whole of them like blood scripts and all them things there, right? These are gangs that participate in acts of violence. And they can pretty it up and say, oh, we're protecting our communities and all these things, but these people sell drugs or mash up people life and them things. Them kill each other even more than police are kill them, right? So
You know, that's something.
one of my issues with this whole like police are killed, right? Bear in mind, I'm not saying that this is an excuse for the police to kill innocent black people, but the thing is, like black people, they basically adapted to the environment post slavery, and they adapted in a negative way,
Mm,
right?
it really make me wonder if, like, I don't know, really make me wonder. It make me wonder how long it would take for we break certain, break certain mentalities and come out of certain,
Yeah,
like,
but just did I go touch upon the mentalities,
mm,
just give me a time, man. And the thing is, most of these neighborhoods are inherently violent,
mm.
right?
Yeah, I just like out here, and I just like out here in Jamaica, how
Yeah,
like
I just like out here, like
crime just keep on.
yo, if I realize countries that the Western blacks are in, most times, if not all, we participate in the lower culture. And man, if I realize like them always I said like persons like you and I were like go to university, we not speak a certain way. Well, you not speak a certain way, isn't it? I know that, bro. And like um they tend to classify we as nerds and even in like Jamaican culture, even in Caribbean culture. More I realize, them never say like computer electrician or banker in show, right? Yo, them
Mm.
never say engineer in show, a gunman them say in show, listen me.
You know, as a
Yo,
people,
see,
we love glorify badness, we love
yes,
glorify
you see the
badness.
tendencies of the culture, right? So when time